What is up, you guys? It is your boy Watt back for another video, and we are gonna get right into some poker hands. Honestly, I hate when I have to watch other poker vloggers do a bunch of talking before the hands and stuff like that, so I'm just gonna get into it real quick. This is my second ever poker vlog. I'm just a 1-2 player hoping to move up to 1-3. My girlfriend doesn't like me playing poker, so I have to do it every once in a while, so these videos are probably gonna come out around probably once a week. With all that in mind, let's head over to Morongo, and we are gonna get right into the hands. So starting off in hand number 1, we are in under the gun +2. I got pocket nines. You know, it's a pretty decent hand. Under the gun raises to $6 pre-flop. I call and 2 other people call. The flop comes down 7 Jack King Rainbow. Under the gun raises $10. I call and the button calls. The turn comes a queen. We both check and the button shoves. We both call. Now, I don't know if I should be calling with pocket nines here. Probably not. I mean, I have a gut shot, but obviously ace 10 is already there, so I don't really know what I'm supposed to do, but I guess we'll see. The river is an ace. I'm way behind now. He shoves and I have 15 more, so I call. I don't remember why I did this. This is from about a month ago. This seems like a very dumb play, so past Eli is dumb for making this call. I don't know why I would ever make that, but I mean, I only have 15 more dollars, and you know, there's a lot of money in the pot at this point, so I guess that's the only reason I called. He shows queen 10 offsuit for a straight, and the other guy shows ace 7 offsuit for 2 pair. In my notes, it says I should have either shoved on the flop since I knew they were weak, or raised pre-flop, but this was my 4th hand. Interesting. Let's reload and move on to the next one. In this next hand, we are in the low jack, and we look down at ace 6 of spades. There's a player on my right that has seemed pretty loose and aggressive, and he raises to $6 and he gets 5 callers. The flop comes down ace of clubs, 3 of clubs, 5 of spades. So I got a backdoor nut flush draw, backdoor straight draw, and top pair. Pretty crappy kicker, but I mean, I'm probably ahead here. I raised to $6 and I get 1 caller. The turn comes the king of spades, so now I have the nut flush draw, 1 more spade, and I'm great. I make it $10 and he calls again. The river is the 9 of spades, so I make the nut flush. I think about what I should bet here, since, I mean, the backdoor flush is there, but is he putting me on that? Maybe he has an ace, maybe he has 2 pairs, something like that. I would hope he has about 2 pair. I have about 80 behind. If I shove for 80, I don't think he's gonna call. I think $20 is about that. Maybe he'll call a $40 bet, so maybe I should size up a little bit, because he does end up folding. He thinks about it just for a little bit and ends up folding, so I don't know. Maybe I should size up a little bit. In my notes, I put maybe I can size up since I flopped the ace, but I did limp into the pot, so raise to $6. A raise to $6 into a pot that's about $10, $12. It's not that bad. I think we're okay. I don't know if I got max value there. Maybe I should size up a little bit in end or on the turn or the river, but I think we did all right. Hand number 3, we are in the small blind. I look down at pocket queens. We got the red queens up over here. Under the gun limps and folds back to me. I make it $6. The big blind and the under the gun call. The flop comes down queen of clubs, ace of diamonds, 8 of diamonds. So we flop the second nuts, the trip queens, basically the nuts. I don't think anyone's got pocket aces here. We would have got re-raised. I raise to $4 because I don't want them to fold out, and they both call. The turn comes down the 7 of clubs, so now there's 2 flush draws on the board. I check and the big blind checks. The under the gun player makes it 9. I consider shoving to get the diamond draw off, but I want the big blind to call, so I end up just flatting. The big blind ends up folding, so I think we miss out on a little bit of value there. I should definitely 3-bet that. I ended up checking because it looked like the under the gun player really wanted to bet, so I was gonna give him one option to do it. Definitely should have 3-bet in that spot. The river comes down the 7 of diamonds, which pairs the board, so now I got a boat. The queen's full of 7s. I shove all in, and he has about 15 left. I have like 150 in my stack, so you know, I just put them all in. I'm thinking he was gonna call because it's like $15 to win about like 40 to 45 bucks, and he ends up folding, which was kind of sad since I missed out on some value there, but you know, I think maybe on the turn I should have shoved and just put them all in. He probably would have called, so missed out on an extra $15 there, but it's all right. We take that one down. Hand number 4, we are on the button. I look down at ace queen offsuit. Everyone limps. The player on my right bets 6, and I 3-bet him to 15, and it folds around to the initial raiser, and he calls. I think maybe I can size up a little bit here. 15 is kind of a small 3-bet. Maybe I 3-bet to $18 to $20 since everyone limped in, but maybe since it's offsuit, I think a 15 should be okay some of the time. Flop comes down ace 5-5. We flop flop top pair with a queen kicker. So we got 2 pair with queen. I don't think a 5 is ever going to be in his range here unless he's a pretty loose caller. He checks dark and I make it $10 and he calls. The turn is a 7. He checks again and I make it $20. He thinks for a while and gives it a call. The river is another 7. So this is a little scary to me. So if he does have the 5, he's now boated up. The only thing we got is, you know, 2 pair with a queen kicker, still same exact hand. But I'm thinking maybe he has an ace with a pretty weak kicker, because what's he gonna call pre-flop with and not re-raise me? Maybe ace something. He shoves on the river for $45 and I sigh and I kind of had to call. There's a decent amount of money in this pot and I gotta call $45 to win like over 100. So I sigh, throw in the chip, and he says good call and shows an ace. I table my hand and he kicks his other card into the muck, so we take that one down. In my notes it says I saw him raising with some odd hands earlier. The whole table was pretty loose except for maybe 1 or 2 players. So I think that was a good call on my part. In hand number 5, we are in middle position. I look down at pocket 2s, 2 of clubs, 2 of spades. Under the gun bets $9 and it folds back to me, and I make a pretty loose call here, specifically because at Morongo they have a high card bonus, and if you hit quads, if you flop quads and both the cards are in your hand, then you get an extra, I don't know, $100 to $200, so I'm just gonna call here. Unfortunately, it folds around to the big blind, who raises it to $20. The under the gun calls, and there's so much money in the pot, I don't know, I just end up calling even though I shouldn't have even called the $9 bet. So we're going 3 ways to the flop. It comes down 4 of clubs, 8 of clubs, 9 of diamonds. So we got bottom pair here, very, very bottom pair here, and the big blind bets $20, under the gun shoves for $14, and I ask how much the big blind has behind. He has about 60 more. So in my head, I'm thinking maybe he's got ace queen offsuit and he missed, but that is not the case when I put him all in and he snap calls. The turn is the 6 of clubs and the river is the jack of clubs. So I see this guy shaking his head. He looks super bummed out, and then the lady to the left of him is pretty annoyed as well. I just end up flipping over my cards. I got the 2 of clubs for the low flush, and we end up taking it freaking down. The big blind flips over red aces. Get this, under the gun flips over red kings. So we crack red kings, red aces with a pocket pair of deuces. Deuces never loses. In my notes, I put never do that again. This is gonna be the last hand I took down. We are in under the gun. I got about $300 in my stack, maybe a little more, probably about $350 to $400. I look down at 9, 8 of spades. I make it $6, but I get re-raised by mid position, and then I get re-raised again by an all-in for 34. I call and 2 other people call. The flop comes down 9 of clubs, ace of diamonds, 6 of spades. So I got a backdoor flush draw, backdoor straight draw, and I got a pair of 9s with an 8 kicker. Not that bad. I shove all in and mid position size and calls, small blind calls for $3 more. Turn comes the ace of spades, so now our spade draw is looking pretty good here, but trips, I don't know, and the board is paired, it's a little scary, and the river comes down to the 8 of clubs. So we end up making 3 pair, which is nothing, and I end up losing to trip aces for about $130, which kind of sucks. In my notes I put I think I'm okay with my play here, but I don't know. The other lady says she had kings, so that's a little weird there. I'm not really sure what I'm supposed to do in that spot. I think I could have played that a lot better, but I think I just started getting a lot of money in my hand and started playing a little bit loose. We did end up cashing out for $403. We bought in for $180 for a total profit of $223. So not too bad. But you guys don't even want to know how much money I lost in the next session, and I'm not even going to cover it on the channel because wow, it was bad. But I went back and I redeemed myself for about half of what I lost, so we're good. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. This is probably the craziest session I ever played. There's a lot of hands in there that I didn't even go over that were just insane, and I don't want to tell you guys about them because it was really loose, but it ended up working out. We only cashed out for about $200 in that one, but I mean, a win's a win. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Stay around for the next one. It'll probably come out sometime next week. I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you guys leave a comment and leave a like on the video, and don't forget to subscribe. Join the Watts Tots fam. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.